Hey folks, Luke Mullin here with the Lincoln Journal-Star's Four Downs, bringing you a loaded Nebraska football practice report. Lots of injuries to talk about, and of course none bigger than Dylan Raiola. The news coming out Sunday, Matt Rhule confirming it was a season-ending injury. Today he provided the exact medical diagnosis. As our Amy just reported, a broken fibula will sideline Dylan Raiola for the remainder of the 2025 season. Matt Rhule, in talking about Raiola's toughness, said Raiola was pitching to go back in, warming up on the sidelines with a broken leg. I'm no doctor. I believe it's a broken bone in the leg, not the whole leg. But in terms of the recovery timeline, this is not something whereas as Nebraska feared an ankle sprain was the initial thought, not something that you can recover from in a few weeks. Raiola to have season-ending surgery, and that will sideline him for 6 to 8 weeks, 10 weeks, whatever the diagnosis is, long after Nebraska's season ends, will be back when he gets a boot off, gets back to full health. So that's the prognosis for Raiola, who, as Matt Rhule said, was at practice on Sunday, remains a big part of this Husker football team's game planning efforts, supportive of his backup, TJ Lateef, who the focus is on this week. The true freshman going back out to California, where he played his high school ball, to play a UCLA team that has been hot in Big Ten play. And for Lateef, a lot of questions to be asked about the game plan. What does Nebraska do to adjust? Matt Rhule said it's not just one person. It's going to be a whole group effort. Everybody in the building doing what they can to prepare Lateef for that game. Of course, that's going to come down to play calls, pass protection, run game, blocking. You can name it, any factor from an offensive execution standpoint in order for Lateef, the true freshman, to be successful. But I'll tell you what, in terms of having a pressure-filled first career start, going on the road against a Big Ten team, to your home state too, quite the narrative there for Lateef. A lot of pressure for him coming up. And by the way, the depth at that quarterback spot now, Jalen Gramstad, the senior, he's the backup. Marcos Davia, the redshirt freshman transfer, he was at Purdue last year, did not play. He will be the third stringer, Matt Rhule said there, backing up Lateef. Not just injuries there at the quarterback position. Offensive line, Elijah Pritchett, the starting left tackle, exited that game there against USC in the third quarter. Ankle injury as well. He practiced a little bit on Sunday, did a little bit of work, Matt Rhule said. Looking for him to get back to full health. It's going to take a little bit of evaluation there in practice. Matt Rhule said he expects Pritchett to be able to go. But there's also questions about the other tackle position. Gunnar Gatula out for the season with a knee injury, not an ACL issue, Matt Rhule said, unlike Teddy Prohaska, the other tackle who's out for the year. But Nebraska's tackle situation taking a big hit then with Prohaska and Gatula out. We've seen senior Turner Corcoran get in there. Matt Rhule said he's banged up. That's a guy who, of course, came off a season-ending injury last year, and they were trying to limit his workload. He's been needed for a lot these last 2 weeks. Tyler Canuck filled in at tackle last week when Pritchett couldn't go. You've got Preston Tamua and Grant Bricks, two redshirt freshmen, as the next guys up behind them. A lot of questions about this Husker offensive line is going to look. If Pritchett can go, if Corcoran can go, things will be the same. But if they can't, there'll be another shakeup there on the way. And as Nebraska turns the page to this UCLA team, Matt Rhule called it a crossroads of sort. Very, I think, poignant with 3 games left to play in the regular season to call it that. But as Nebraska stands at 6-3, Matt Rhule said, oh yeah, it'd be easy for you to make excuses with a backup quarterback, with everything, the adversity that's hit, but he wants to see that team come out stronger, rally together. He said, you're in or you're out. The players, in his eyes, the response has been that they're in. Of course, a lot of work to get done this week towards that goal. But it's telling, I think, of how significant this injury is to Dylan Raiola. The 9 games into the year, 6-3 overall, Nebraska heads into Crossroads, heading on the road to UCLA.